Hey everyone, we are back with the Nashville Stars in the ALDS. We are attempting to get to the ALCS, but we're having a little bit of difficulty doing so. Let's just do a quick recap of the series thus far. We lost game one, 9-2. Drew Rasmussen has been somewhat of an ace for the Minnesota Twins, despite the average stuff. Obviously, above average movement, above average control. The game, or at least my scout, has him as a 65 overall, which would put him in the top two or three tiers of starting pitchers in Major League Baseball, despite the $720,000 salary. With Tampa this year, he was one of the best starters in baseball. 144 ERA plus, 73 FIP minus, essentially saying on an earned run basis, he was 44% better than the league average pitcher. And in terms of FIP, which strikeouts, walks, homers allowed, he was 27% better, giving him that 3.3 F war, which Fangraphs war correlates to his FIP minus or his FIP, and gave him a 4 R war just with Tampa. That's just with Tampa. With Minnesota, though, more of a league average pitcher, right around league average. And yeah, but I mean, in game one, he 4 2/3, two earned runs. About a league average start. More a home though, not great. 4 walks in 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 homers allowed. Yeah, so couldn't fight our way out of that one. Luckily, in Minnesota, tied it up 1-1 in game two. Um, Jose Trevino with a great game, 3 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Mike Yastrzemski, Frankie Montes went 7 1/3, 3 earned runs, but I believe, yeah, excuse me, yeah, one of those scored in the 8th inning. Really, if I was doing my job correctly, probably should have taken him out after 7 innings, but kind of wanted to see with a 4-run lead if he could scratch us through the 8th inning, save some bullpen depth for later in the series. But luckily, won this one. Solid game to tie it up in Minnesota. Then we actually went up 2 games to 1. Um, Aaron Ashby, solid start, 8 Ks in 4 innings. Brian Abreu with the 2 inning save, or excuse me, the 2 inning win, as we scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Junior Severino with a homer. So very solid game for us to be able to go up 2-1 against the best team in the American League. And then these past 2 games have not been great. Matt Wallner hit a homer, pinch hit, 3-run bomb in the 7th, off of Brian Abreu, and that essentially lost us the game. Excuse me, was that in the 6th? Huh. Okay, that's odd because it says he hit a 3-run. Interesting. Regardless, yeah, I mean, we lost. They scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Oh, okay, yeah, there was a 3-run homer. Matt Wallner hit a 3-run homer in the top of the 9th. That lost us the game. We could have closed out. As you can see, the win probability here, probably this would be the 75% bar. We're probably at about a 90% win probability and blew that game. That would have put us up 3 games to 1. And then we dropped the last one 7-1. Never really had a shot. Scored 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. Mitch Spence, nothing. He did fine. Rasmussen keeps doing his thing. And even through IKF in the 9th inning, just to get through it, save some bullpen because we're going to need them for these last two games. I'm assuming we have these last two games. Every other series is already decided. Texas beat Houston, so even if we win these next two, we will not get a rematch of the divisional rival. Arizona defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers, the 98 win Los Angeles Dodgers, although Arizona was the best team in baseball, 102 wins. And then Atlanta moving on over the Mets, who had a surprisingly very solid year with Montgomery, Malley, Savale, Wood, completely new starting rotation for them, and a whole lot of offense from guys like Mitch Garver and Lindor. Obviously, we looked at earlier, her last video, 7.2 WAR. So good bounce back year for the Mets with coming in with lower expectations. But we have a job to do. We have 2 games to win in Minnesota. It's not going to be easy. So let's just get right into it. Let's see. We got Montes on the bump. Very excited about that. We have Austin Hayes leading off, although I am likely going to make some changes, and I'm just going to double check that Montes is rested. Okay, yeah, we got to go with him. It's a do or die game. Let's go Eddie Julian in the leadoff spot, Yastrzemski in the 2-hole. Do we go lefty, lefty, lefty? Let's go Severino in the 3-hole, Burleson, 4-hole, Hayes, probably McMahon, Bader, bottom 3 hitters. Yeah, Bader is hitting 065 in the postseason, but he is our best defensive player, and he's going to be out there. Trevino actually doing it. You know what? I might just do a little switcherino. Although regression of the mean, I am a stats guy. I got to play those odds. Yeah, so we'll leave it as is. Montes is going for us, and for the Twins, they have Joe Ryan, who this season put together a very respectable year, at least ERA. I know we talked about it last video, but we hope that homers per 9 plays more to what his movement actually is. That should probably be up a little bit. If we look at his 2023, we're hoping it's more around that 1.8 than 1.0, which would obviously boost his ERA, and then the FIP. The FIP would also increase. So hoping to get to him in Minnesota. Obviously, some of that is the park. It's a pitcher's park. So we're just going to do our best here. And we got a full pen to use, a stable, the arm barn, whatever you like to call it. But yeah, let's get into it. And here we go. This one, I will actually click the at-bat. We'll get a spin, a nice view of target field. I have been there. It is one of the more beautiful parks, I would say, in person. I love center field. I love the way the grass looks, especially if you go there in the summer. It's fantastic. Obviously, those April games, if there is snow, a little bit more unbearable. But Eddie Julian starts with a walk, as he does, the great discipline for the young man. And Mike Yastrzemski lines out to center field. Out number 1. Severino in the 3-hole getting some action up near the top of the lineup. Grounds out to first, but stays out of the double play. And then we got Alec Burleson, the big league hitter, with another liner to center field to end the inning. Ooh. Oh, Severino, I guess, reached. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, now we got 2 dead. Hopefully Hayes can take advantage of this, but I don't think it's going to happen. So now it's the end of the inning. We move on to Frankie Montes going up against Willie Castro, having a great year for the Twins. Hopefully that's a fly out. There we go, 1 down. Royce Lewis, the future Major League star, had a great postseason in real life. Unfortunately, ended quickly by Houston, but real good series against those guys. And now we got Matt Wallner, the hero of Game 5, or excuse me, the hero of Game 4. to tie the series 2 apiece, and he gets on with a base hit to right field. And now a little squibbler in front of home plate, and Trevino throws to first to get Buxton. Inning number 2, Ryan McMahon. I'll probably play through this inning and then fast forward to about the 5th, so long as everything goes according to plan. Bader doing postseason Bader things, not in real life, just in this series. And then Nick Ahmed, obviously very stout with the bat, as he always is. Just kidding. Out number 3. Montes walks Max Kepler. Now he's got Harold Ramirez. Hopefully, Trevino not known for his arm, so it's tough. Start with a runner on second. And Ramirez is going to hit a double into the gap, and they are going to score the first run of the game. Not a great start. Jorge Polanco. That ball looks like it is crushed to opposite field. It is 3-0 Minnesota. Alrighty. We don't have a chance. If Montes is the guy we got out there and we get beat with Montes on a bump, we deserve to lose this series. He's the best pitcher on the roster, and he's going to give us our best shot to win. And if he doesn't, then Minnesota really does deserve to go to the ALCS. Like I said, we have to keep reminding ourselves we don't belong here. We are an expansion team. It's a miracle we even got to the postseason, especially with a roster that's devoid of talent. But, we were creative in our lineup construction and the way we set up our team. So now it is 5-0 Minnesota. We got Trevier at the plate. He strikes out. Edouard Julien back up, strikes out. You got Joe Ryan just doing it, doing his thing. Yastrzemski with a base hit up the middle. And Junior, we're going to need him to come through. I mean, he's improved quite a bit over the course of the season. Yeah, he was a 35-50 just a year ago, and now he's hitting third in the ALDS for the Nashville Stars. So, but, strike 3. So, yeah, I guess Montes was taken out. Let's see. He went 3 innings, 4 hits, 4 walks. Yeah, awful. Game score 27. Yeah. Very difficult to win when your ace walks 4 guys in 3 innings and allows 5 runs. So it is what it is. Keegan is going to have to keep us here and give us a chance to claw back with some crooked numbers in these coming innings. Harold Ramirez hits his 3rd double of the game. I am surprised to learn that that's an American League playoff record. We can fact check that later. Strike 3. And he's going to walk Jeffers as he's reaching the end of his here we're on. Okay, let's go to Nashville. Let's go to Giles. The 2-0 to Correa hopefully pops out. There we go, end of the inning. It is time to fight back. It is top of the 6th. We got 4 more cracks at it. We got a big league hitter in Burleson flying out to center field, though. Austin Hayes. Let's tap into some of that contact. Okay. Walks very rarely. I think he had a 5% walk rate during the season, so that's exciting. McMahon, let's hope he can put a good swing on one here. And that is looking like a double play. All right, well, 3 more cracks at it. Top of the order for Minnesota. It is not looking promising, and a base hit for Willie Castro. This might be the end, folks. Yeah, I mean, the win probability right now is about 96% for Minnesota. I mean, we blew a 90% win probability just 2 games ago, so we'll see. Crazier things have happened, but not looking great. Double play, and Wallner up now. I'm just going to go to the pen. You know what? No. We're down 5. Just let him get the out. already. Kevin Quackenbush on the bump for Minnesota. Reliever. He's been not great doesn't walk guys, but that'll come up based on his control rating. Listed as a 25. He's not a 20. These are not 25 ratings, but we'll see if we can get to him. We hope he performs like a 25 out of 80. That would put him as a single A, double A pitcher. So, of course, Bader not doing anything with the bat. We need to get a spark. So I am going to pinch hit for Nick Ahmed, and I'm going to put in David VR. I don't care about defense at this point. We got to get something working. So David VR, hopefully he can put a good swing on something. Beautiful. Just what we needed. Wish there were runners on, but solo shot. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. 5-1. Hopefully Trevi. Looks like a double down the line, although we'll see with Trevi's speed. That might be just a single. Okay, there we go. He's into second. Doubles. We got something working here. Top of the order. Eddie Julian up against his former team that just let him go. Base hit to right field, although Trevi had to freeze on the liner to make sure it was down. We have the borderline MVP candidate, Mike Yastrzemski, 6 WAR season against a lefty, though. Do we dare pinch hit with Joe Adell? I say we let the MVP do his thing, although that might not have been the right decision. Strikes out. Yep. Trust your gut, folks. Junior. Okay. 2 outs. Lefty on the bump. Okay, 45-60. I'm mainly looking at the contact, power, and eye. So 45-60, 45 Junior against lefties, 45-50, 45. And then Kiner, I think is going to be, not an option. So I'm going to do something controversial. Probably should have just pinch hit for Yastrzemski, but if a righty comes in later in the game, I'd like to have his bat in the lineup. I'm going to pinch hit with Joe Adell against the lefty, hoping he could put a good swing on one, connect. Even a base hit will do, but hoping that power comes into play here. The 0-1, it's Brandon Waddell. That is down. Great. It is 5-2. Just what we needed. Now we got Burleson against the lefty. We'll worry about the defensive alignments after. Yes, that got through. Beautiful. That looks like a run's going to score. Beautiful. It's 5-3. We're only down 2. Austin Hayes against the lefty now. This is with two runners in scoring position. Let's just hope he can knock one through right here. The 0-2, though. That looks like it's going to be caught. All right. You know what? Great inning. We're back in the game. Now we have some defensive alignments to get through. Has McMahon ever played short? No. It's tough. Okay, McMahon's going to stay at VR. Can VR play second? VR can play a brutal second, but we're going to have to put him there because I don't want to use any more of the bench. So what position do we not have right now? Shortstop? Okay, so IKF is going to come in. Actually, you know what? First base for VR. Eddie Julian's going to second. Nobody in the current lineup can play shortstop, correct? McMahon, maybe. I don't want to get burned in a playoff game like that. IKF, you are going to short. Thank you, Joe Adell, for the RBI single and extending the inning. And now we have our defensive alignment. Austin Hedges, you are the only man on the bench, so if anyone gets hurt, good luck to you. And Giles, I'll leave you in to pitch to Buxton. Pop out. Kepler, I'll leave in Giles. Walk. And now Harold Ramirez, who has been torching us, finally strikes out. And it's a 5-3 game. Diaz, you're coming in. And you'll face the righties next inning as well. The 3-2, walk. Jeffers, hopefully he doesn't get into one here. Ground ball. Thank God we put IKF at short. And we're on to the top of the 8th. We got to scratch 2 more across. McMahon, hopefully he can put a good swing on something. Strike 3. He cannot. Bader, just work a count. I don't even. Oh, man. Yep. Expected. What's his batting average down in the postseason now, too? Probably 0.57. Fantastic. David VR. You know what, you did your job last inning for us. I can't even be mad at you. You started the rally. So strike 3, we have one more shot to keep our season alive, keep this magical run going. Diaz not starting this off great. Double at the minimum for Correa's going to third. He gets in a third. Correa with a triple. All right. Diaz hits Castro. Going to visit the mound. This could be our last inning pitching, so I'm going to throw in Fairbanks and hope he does his thing here. Although liner to the pitcher. 1 down. Let's hope we can get a strikeout or a double play. That's what we got to strike out. 2 down. And to Buxton, the 0-1. Stealing. All right, that's fine. I'm fine with that. The 1-2. Strike 3. Beautiful job by Peter Fairbanks. And we're on to the top of the 9th. Yeah, I'm going to leave Trevi in there. And Cantorino, he's got good stuff. He should be a starter. This should be a guy. Okay. This guy I'll keep an eye on the offseason. I might like to trade for this guy and make him a starter, although his value might be pretty high. So we're going to take the first pitch. Strike 1. I'm going to take another one. I don't even care. Trevi, I just want you to work a count here. 19 pitches. I'll let you 2-2. Here we go, Trevi. Base hit, right field, just what we needed. And we got the top of the order. Nobody pinch run because unless Austin Hedges is deceivingly fast, he is faster, but that run is not the tying run. It doesn't really matter. Eddie Julian, strike 3. Man, top of the order, man. Okay, this is exactly why we didn't pinch hit for Yastrzemski earlier. This is exactly the spot we want him in. The MVP candidate. Let's see if he can keep his season on a hot. He cannot. Change up at the knees. Strike 3. IKF with the season on the line. Just needs to put some good one-on-one. In terms of batting average, one of the better hitters, but barely walks. And just need him to do something here. But this is our final out, 11:59 p.m. IKF down the line, base hit. Beautiful. Keeps the season alive. And now we got the big league hitter, Alec Burleson. Here we go. Let's see what he can do. That looks like it's going to end our season, folks. Oh, okay. Leaping catch. Minnesota moves on. Season 1 of the Nashville Stars is complete. What a ride, though. I am incredibly fortunate that we were able to make the playoffs. It's very difficult to win, especially as an expansion team. Oh, Montes got injured. Well, that's I guess, a tough prequel. Hopefully, not foreshadowing of what next year has to hold, but yeah, I mean, really hoped we could keep the magic going this year, especially very fortunate to be able to get to the playoffs, win the AL South in our first season. We don't have a great prospect base. Hopefully, Cody Schreier can make it up next year. But great job to Joe Ryan. 2 hits, 3 walks in 6 innings, no runs. Harold Ramirez, that guy's a professional hitter. Um, you know, great job in the postseason. Great job specifically this game. Was not great before that game, but yeah, Minnesota deserves to move on. They're a great team, and yeah, I mean that's going to be it for this season at the very least. Your ALCS, the Minnesota Twins against the Texas Rangers. Texas looking to repeat as World Series champions. We could potentially have a rematch of the World Series, Arizona versus Texas. That would be quite something. But yeah, that's going to do it for this season. Very exciting first season with the Nashville Stars, hoping to make some trades, bolster our farm system a little bit. Obviously, the Wichita Roughnecks with the worst season I've ever seen, 24 and 108, our single A team. So yeah, we have some work to do. Certainly have some players to sign. We'll look to sign some guys in free agency, but mostly it's going to be cheaper, shorter deals as we look to turn our focus to the farm system. Obviously selected Bryce Rayner with the 2nd overall pick. I want to see his pitching. His pitching could be okay. I don't think he's going to be a two-way guy. He could be a guy, though, that, if we get into a pinch, we won't have to use an IKF type to maybe throw in a mop-up role. Maybe we could use a guy like Bryce Rayner one day. But, I mean, this bat's incredible. Hope he can reach at least 60% of that potential. Schreier is looking like a big leaguer, looking like a real good second baseman. Ethan Murray, our 4th-round pick, who I believe we signed over slot. Let's just no, okay, we signed for slot, so he's looking like a real bat. But all these guys are quite young. Kyron Paris, great year in AA. He might contend for a big league spot next year. So anyway, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and in the next video, we'll go over the rest of the postseason and get into the offseason. Alrighty, take care.